Changepoint. Invoicing. Creating a credit note. To correct an error in an invoice, you must create a credit note for the entire amount. You cannot create a credit note for a partial amount. Credit notes are assigned the same number as the invoice but with the suffix cn. When you create a credit note, you can save it as a draft or submit it for approval. If you save the credit note as a draft, you can later edit it until it is ready to be submitted for approval. In this lesson you will learn how to create a credit note. To correct an error in an invoice, you must create a credit note for the entire amount. You cannot create a credit note for a partial amount. Credit notes are assigned the same number as the invoice but with the suffix cn. To begin, when you create a credit note, you can save it as an editable draft or submit it for approval. If you submit the credit note for approval, it is routed to the engagement manager who reviews the information and either approves or rejects the credit note. If it is rejected, it is sent back to the resource for editing. If the credit note is approved by the engagement manager, it advances to a secondary approver if required. If the secondary approver rejects this credit note, it is sent back once again to the resource for editing. When a credit note has been committed, the time, expenses, products, and additional items from the incorrect invoice are released and can be included in a new invoice. The status of the reversed invoice changes to credited. To begin, select Invoices from the Finance menu. Click Finance. Select Invoices. The Invoices tree view appears displaying a list of billing offices. Click the arrow beside the desired billing office to expand it. A list of related companies appears. Click the arrow beside the desired company. A list of engagements appears. Click the arrow beside the engagement. Click the arrow beside the committed folder. Select the invoice. Click Actions. Select Create Credit Note. The Create Credit Note dialog box appears. To submit the credit note for approval, select the Submit for Approval checkbox. To save the credit note as a draft, clear the Submit for Approval checkbox. In this example, we will submit the credit note for approval. Click the Submit for Approval checkbox. In the credit note date field, we will set the date the credit note was created. Click the calendar icon. Select the date. In this example, we will select the current date. Next, we will select the credit note format. Click the down arrow in the credit format field. Select the credit note format. Click the reason field and enter a reason for the credit. Click the description field and enter a description. Click Save. The credit note is located in the same status folder as the originating invoices. This will be either a committed or sent status. The credit note has the same name as the invoice, but the suffix cn has been added to the name. Congratulations! In this lesson you learned how to create a credit note.